Hey everybody, let's talk about this granddaddy of action figures right here. This huge chunk of plastic next in the Poindexter Lounge. What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge and, of course, the Toy Room, as today we are talking about the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Batman Hellbat suit. This is a huge action figure, and of course it should be, because it's actually a battle armor that another figure should fit inside. So let's go ahead and talk about it now. All right, folks, right off the bat, I just want to say that I am so happy that I found this figure. This is also a hard to find figure, and I'm glad that I was able to add it to my collection. It looks beautiful just in the packaging. It looks wonderful. And I will say this, for a $20 figure, I am shocked that this is a $20 figure. This figure looks like it should be $30 or $40 even if it was done by another company, but McFarlane Toys is knocking it out of the park. And I watched an interview with Shartimus Prime that I talked about in a previous video when we did the Batman Who Laughs review. And he just talked about, he said, you know what? Yeah, there's more plastic in something like this than there is another figure, but I would rather not make as much profit and be able to win people over. And they've definitely won me over with this. So let's go ahead and take a look at this packaging. It's the same as the other DC Multiverse figures that they make, but we always like to go over this. It's got 22 points of articulation. It's got the McFarlane Toys logo up there. This is a 12 and over action figure. Probably just because anybody 12 or younger can't even pick this thing up. It's so big. It's just awesome. So here's the DC Multiverse logo, and then it says Batman there at the bottom, and this is, of course, what the figure looks like in the packaging. If you go over here to the side, you'll notice I dropped the figure just before I started this review, so it's a little messed up now, but that's okay. DC Multiverse logo, Batman Hellbat suit right there on the side, and once again, the McFarlane Toys logo, because we all want to make sure that it is a McFarlane toy. DC Multiverse, window, Batman, McFarlane Toys. Up here at the top, it's just the window. You can look down onto the Hellbat suit. Here on the back is where we get the most action here, the McFarlane Toys logo. Then, of course, Batman Hellbat suit. It says here, each figure comes with a collectible trading card. This is what is on that trading card with some more information on the back that we'll read in just a minute. Now, if you're wondering where you can read about the Hellbat suit, this source is Batman and Robin number 35 from the 2014 comics. I will also say this, there are some Superman stories where Lois Lane actually puts on the Hellbat suit to protect her and Jonathan Kent, her son, her and Superman's son, and that's a really cool thing. I actually saw somebody take this figure and put a Lois Lane style head on the figure. That looked really funny. Down here at the bottom, you can collect them all. We've got, of course, this Batman from Detective Comics 1000 that we've already reviewed. We've got the Green Lantern from Justice League, John Stewart himself. We've got Harley Quinn. We've got Batman from the animated series. I tell you what, this text is so small, I can't even focus on it. Green Arrow from the CW universe, and these figures all look great in and of themselves. The collector card is in English only. Got the logos right there. There's where you can get a hold of McFarlane Toys and tell them what you think about these figures. I suggest that you really reach out to them and let them know what you like and what you don't like. Be respectable, of course, but you know, Todd has talked about these things that as he gets input, they'll make corrections to what people want. But he's given some great insight as to why he's created them at this scale, even talking about that, hey, he wants to give you the most amount of toy that he can. And at a $20 price point, like I said, it's just insane that this is a $20 toy. If this was any other company, this would easily be $30 to $40. And to get this as a $20 toy, the same as one of the smaller toys cost, just goes to show you that he really cares about the collectors. And I'll actually post a link down in the description below to that interview with Shartimus Prime, because I think that everybody should really watch that. Here at the bottom, we got the basic information that we normally have along with the UPC symbol that says Hellbat. Now, if you saw my Batman Detective Comics 1000 review for that figure, you'll remember that I accidentally bent my card. Well, I'm happy to let you know that I was able to replace the card that came in it, so I no longer have just that bent card anymore. But that's why I'm being a little bit careful now when I do these openings, because I know a lot of people love it when I just rip them open, but I like to get violent with it usually, but man, after I bent that card, that was not a happy thing. So we're gonna pull this right out here as violently as I can. Check out those wings back there. They're keeping the figure from even getting out of the package. Ah! Throw that away. Hopefully you don't need that anymore. There's the figure. This is what we're trying to protect right here. Look at these wings. Look at these accessories that come with this stuff, folks. That's how big this stuff is. It's got this molded plastic here to actually hold that stuff in. This is what we're going to be really, really careful with here, because we got the card, we got the blue backing with some great comics looking artwork on it. All right, delicately, gonna pull that card out. Come on, just come out. This card is actually taped in, folks. I'll rip that off. Look at that. There's actually a piece of tape on this one. There usually is not that piece of tape. So I'm glad I did not just rip that out, but look, the card came out nice. Now all we have left is the stand. We're just gonna rip that out of there like that. Now we can throw that away. And of course we got our stand. This is what the Hellbat suit looks like in the plastic right here, as you can see. That's what he looks like from behind. And now we're gonna take him out of his prison. Come on. Ah! There we go. And this is when the Hellbat just goes ahead and kicks his plastic prison off of the table. Here is everything that the Hellbat comes with. As you can see, this is a massively huge action figure and it's just awesome. My hand is a big hand. I wear a size 15 ring, as you can see, and this guy is just enormous. So let's go ahead and put the accessories to the side for a second and take a look at the figure. I love the sculpting here. I love this attention to detail. You have these shoulder pads here, as you can see, and they do attach in there and they move around a little bit so you can adjust them around. I really like the idea of that, because I know back in the day I got a steel action figure from DC Direct, and the shoulder pads immediately fell right off because of the way they were put on there. These are actually attached really nicely. You got some nice sculpt here. You got the ab crunch there, the nice big red bat on the top right there. Got a decent belt. It looks kind of just like a regular Batman belt, actually. The abs, it's got some nice, this almost is like very Darth Vader looking. I think that's pretty cool. It's almost like a Mustafar kind of Darth Vader kind of look to it. They got the knee pads here, some nice sculpting on the feet here below, as you can see. Got the arms with the gauntlets. Let's turn it around back here. Look at this. Look at all this. This is all sculpting, folks. This is all, just gouged in there, nicely. That looks awesome. And the paint is really good. It's got, this muscular back. It's got these two holes. That's what the wings go in. The belt, of course. The bat butt. And then, of course, the rest of the legs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation of this figure then. So the head will go all the way around. I missed this talking about some of the sculpting and stuff. There's a nice bit of sculpting here on the back of the head, but it will go all the way around. It does go up and down a little bit, not a lot actually, but it will go up and down, and then it does go side to side pretty well. It's got these wings on it here. As you can see, they attach with a little ball. There's a hole, so you don't have to really worry about them breaking off. And they move around with the arms, which is nice because these arms have the regular butterfly joint right there. They do go all the way around. They've got the bicep swivel, as these figures do. This has a double bending elbow. So it's nice for a big figure like this. You got the double bending elbow. Because of these gauntlets, it has no movement here on the forearm, but the hands go around like that. And I'm guessing, nope, see, yeah, it's got a big version right here, big version of the ball joint that these usually have. So you can do a lot of different poses with it. And then look at the sculpting on these hands. Look at those hands. Those hands are nice. I like that. It's got the spikes on the back. Oh, man. The other side does the exact same thing. This moves, of course. It comes off if you need it to. Butterfly joint up in there. It's kind of black, so it's hard to kind of see back there, but it does go all the way around. It does go around at the bicep. Double bending elbow right there. Hand goes up and down and spins and does all kinds of cool stuff with that ball joint. I'm really starting to like these ball joints more. Actually, the more that I see these figures and the more figures that I get in the McFarlane line, I'm starting to appreciate these a little bit more, because when I'm going back and messing with my old figures and trying to pose them and everything, I can't pose them in the same ways that I can pose these. So that's kind of nice. And then this hand is a little more closed than the left hand, as you can see right there. He does have an ab crunch, a bit of an ab crunch. He will spin around at that top ab crunch, just like that. And he also spins around at the waist. He's got some great mobility. Now, we talked about this with the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs actually is not able to go out this far, but you can see with that joint system right there. But this Batman Hellbat does. He has more flexibility. His leg will go. Ooh, it's catching kind of right there, so I'm not going to force that. But you can get it to go all the way around if you want. It's got this great big knee pad right there, but it's got it does have a double bending knee joint. And then once again, it has a big version of that McFarlane ball joint there, where you can see you can get it to go in all different kinds of directions. And that's really cool for posing the figure. It takes a little bit getting used to, because you can't really just stand them up a lot of times, but that's fine. And then of course, it's got the toe bend. The other leg does the exact same thing. Once again, it's catching a little bit right there on the corner, so I'm not going to force it, but it does do it. Double bending knee joint right there. Once again, cool ball joint there at the ankle. Goes all the different directions. And then once again with the toe joint. So let's now take a look at the accessories. This Batman comes with these two wings. As you can see here, the wings go right into these holes. It has these little protruding parts right there. Now let me show you something cool about these wings. That is not all that these wings are. These wings actually fold out. Look at that. They're even bigger than what you originally thought. So you could take this wing right here, put it into this side right there. And then of course, this wing will go into this side. Right there, it snaps right in. And then we'll go around just like that. And it makes this figure absolutely huge. Oh my goodness, I could barely keep it all within the frame. Look how big this is. That is awesome. I will say this for this figure, even with his wings out, unlike the Superman Unchained, he will stand up by himself. I had absolutely no problem. And you can see here, I even got that toe bent up, and he's still well centered. Good job. Here is the stand, but like I said, I didn't even need that for this, but you can see here it's got the normal etching for DC. Let's take a look at the card. Here is the artwork on the front. That is menacing. That is awesome looking. It says Batman Hellbat suit. It says Batman Hellbat suit. Here on the back, Batman Hellbat suit, data file. Source, Batman and Robin, number 35, comics from 2014. Real name, Bruce Wayne. Height, 6'2", weight 210 pounds. Here's the information. After losing his son Damian, aka Robin, Batman eventually found temporary peace until Damian's body was stolen and taken to the fiery planet of Apocalypse. Determined to bring Damian back to life, Batman dons the experimental Hellbat suit forged by the other members of the Justice League and ventures to the hellscape of Apocalypse to take on the virtually indestructible ruler Darkseid, and then the DC Multiverse logo right there. So there you have it, folks. That is the figure. He looks awesome. Let's compare him to a couple of other figures. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same Batman figures to kind of compare the size of this figure to that I used for the Detective Comics 1000. I've got him in a pose there, so I'm going to leave him kind of there. But you can see this guy is really big. He towers over the Batman versus Superman Ben Affleck version, and he towers over these other ones. Now, what's interesting is that given the fact that he is supposed to be a suit of armor, he actually looks like he could be a suit of armor for one of these smaller figures. So there you go. I also wanted to do this comparison showing the Superman Unchained figure with the Hellbat suit. They look great next to each other. They're both huge figures. They're definitely figures that, man, you're going to get in your hands. And if a little kid got these, he'd be able to rough them up and do a bunch of stuff with them. But of course, as a collector, I got to say, again, these would be much more expensive figures if they were any other figures but McFarlane figures. These are $20 figures, folks. You can get them all over the place. I know they're a little bit harder to find at retail, but pretty much any toy is harder to find at retail right now. But of course, you can order these on Amazon even and just get them delivered right to your house. They're so cool and they're huge. They look awesome and they're definitely going to stack up really well on a shelf and look nice for presentation. So there you have it, folks. That is my review of the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Batman Hellbat suit. This is a great figure. Do you have this figure? Are you wanting this figure? Are you trying to find this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Or of course, follow me on social media where we can talk about toys and all the nerdy things that we love, because that's what the Poindexter Lounge is about. It's about being a nerd, and it's a place for nerds. So please do that today. Also, thank you to all our Patreon supporters. We love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. If you haven't become a Patreon supporter, we would love to bring you on as well, just to help us kind of, raise our standards and do new cool things here at the Poindexter Lounge. So please consider that. Also, we do have merch and we got some cool things for you there. Thanks so much for joining me once again. I love doing toy reviews. I love talking about toys. I'm not saying that I'm the biggest expert, but I have been collecting for over 20 years and I have a house full of toys, and I love them so much, and I hope that you do too. So until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, saying I'll see you in the toy aisle. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you made it this far in the video, you are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please smash that like button and of course subscribe, and also hit that notifications bell so that you are aware when we put out new videos, which is like all the time. Thanks for being a part of the Poindexter Lounge, and we'll see you next time.